No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So why do you want me to look at this game? Do you just like are you struggling against that?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what do you want me to look for in this game? Like just general stuff?
Yeah, I suppose like my gameplay into Zed, I guess into Assassin Zed. I don't know.
Okay. Sure. Well, first of all, I don't think this ward is good, right?
Mm.
So why do you play this ward?
Um, Wait, are you streaming something?
Oh wait, I completely forgot. That's my bad. Sorry.
Okay, this is the start of the game, right?
Yes, and you place this ward at 032. So why do you place this ward?
I don't know. I just automatically sometimes do something out knowing, so that
Okay.
was just my bad.
Okay, so first of all, if you want to be getting better, you need to do everything. It needs that everything you do has a purpose and an intent, right? You can't do things
Mhm.
just because why not, right?
Well, sometimes I just ward those bushes to see if somebody is trying to invade.
Okay, so I understand that you want to cover the invade, right? But first of all, this guy was already covering, right? So this ward
Yeah.
is useless. Second of all, you can't cover everything, right? So, like for
Mm-hmm.
example, if you want to cover an invade, you can place yourself here, even if that's not your job. Your job is to stand here, right? But
Mm-hmm.
if you realistically, no one is defending this lane. I mean, you can go here or here, depending if someone is already covering. But
Mm-hmm.
realistically, as soon as the lane starts and you're starting to push, and you don't have a ward to cover you, you're gonna be in a very tough spot, right? So you
Yeah.
need this ward to survive in lane.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just place it like this. You're gonna be
Yeah.
punished at some point. Even if you
Yeah.
don't get punished this game, like you might get punished another game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your setup? You're going electrocute. Okay. And okay. Let's see. Okay, so first of all, you definitely want to start W. Like Q start is
Totally,
very
I got.
good.
Oh, so why I chose Q is to bait him into taking the minion, so I could just Q him. I always try. I always pick W. I just chose Q in this game.
Okay. So you thought that Q would deal more damage?
Uh, not for the damage, just so I could, I guess, poke him to not let him farm. I
Okay.
guess.
So if you don't want to let him farm, you take W and dodge it and dodge his Q with your W and like you put yourself and stand
Mm-hmm.
here. Like you stand here and
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna be forced to stand here. He's not gonna be able to farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if and you like stay in out of range of his Q, and if you try to walk forward to get the CS, you just walk forward, auto W auto, and you go back and like you chunk him for like this
Mm-hmm.
much, right? But like you having the Q, and so he shouldn't be able to auto the wave, right? Like you should be
Yeah.
walking forward and autoing using your autos to procure electrocute, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
him being able to use autos on the wave and starting pushing is very very bad for you. If you lose the
Mm-hmm.
push, you're like in such a bad state. And yeah, you still didn't proc the electrocute, so you really need to play around this electrocute. Like this is your
Mm-hmm.
most valuable tool. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to walk forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're very scared. Right, you want to walk in the middle, perfect. Yeah, you're gonna run out of mana very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why you can't do this is because you use all your cooldown on the wave, which means that like he's free to do whatever he wants, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like also like he has ignite and flash, so even trades are better for him. I mean they're better for you as long as you get the reset off. But like now, you're solo, you need to take the reset. If you don't, like you're gonna be at one shot. Like you getting aggressive right now just means he can, as soon as his CD comes up, so in 3 seconds, right? It just Q, flash E, ignite, auto, and you instantly die. Right?
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure is gonna happen. I guess he didn't, but you need to take the
No.
reset. You're so solo. Like you're in kill
Yeah.
range like 100% right now. And you're also getting out. So
Yeah.
like the fact that you use the Q right now means that you cannot take the reset. You need to crush this wave. So you're dying on this wave.
Mm. No, I didn't die. I died when he got his ulti.
Okay, but you should have died on this wave. Like basically, if he touches all combo right now, and like by the way he's playing, he knows it, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, but he always teleports and
yep. If he played better, he would have not been touched by it, by the E, right? And he would have instantly killed you. So like that's you're kind of lucky that the Z is not playing the way he's supposed to be playing, and that's why you
hmm
didn't die. But you should have died definitely. And the reason you should have died is just because you spammed your CD on the wave, and you didn't poke him the first 2 levels correctly,
hmm
right? So you shouldn't be able to auto the wave. You should be, as soon as you auto the wave or get close to the wave, you should be ready to auto W in with the movement speed, auto, proc the electrocute, and then go back. You can put a Q if
hmm
you're confident that you're gonna hit it, but basically, the auto W auto is like your most important combo that you didn't do this lane, right?
hmm
And now you're in a pretty rough spot because
Yeah.
yeah, you're in a rough spot. Okay, at this point, you can't walk forward. Oh, you don't need to do anything with this guy. Like, you're losing mana for no reason. Yeah, that's rough. I don't think you want to be pushing.
For some reason, I was very aggressive in this game.
I mean, that's what you should be doing, right? Like, right now, you should be aggressive, because he doesn't have his W up, right? But you shouldn't be aggressive when he does have his W.
Mm,
And you use way, 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 way too many abilities on the wave.
hmm
You so when you use an ability on the wave, there must be a reason for it. Let's take an
mm,
example. You want to crush the wave as fast as you can. Sure, you can use your abilities on the wave. You're
hmm
gonna miss a cannon for some reasons. Sure, you can use an ability on the wave. You're so low
hmm
that you need to use an ability to catch the CS. Sure, you shouldn't be in this position to begin with, but if you are, like, sure. If you're using a W to grab a CS while dodging an ability, that's great. Like, good usage. But just using an ability because you have the ability up makes you in a very, very vulnerable state, right?
hmm
And that's the reason why you're gonna die. Because you're not poking him, so he has literally a free lane, right? He's not
Yeah.
afraid of anything because like you're not putting any pressure on him, and you're dead. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, see how low he was. Imagine if the ability that you used were not on the wave but on him,
hmm
right? I mean, at this point you're just gonna die in on CD.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good, but you need to proc the electrocute. Okay, that's fine. Like the auto was a bit too much, and like you should have W'd while the guy was E'd, right? So you
hmm
E, and as soon as the E touch, I guess you Q and then W, do a tiny bit of a forward step to have the
hmm
first Luciol go on him, and then you back off, right? Because if you do more
hmm
than this, he's just gonna trade back, and you're gonna lose the trade.
hmm
Because as soon as he gets his ulti back, you're probably gonna die. Even if you have your ult that can dodge most of the damage, you can dodge everything. Yep, great. Okay, that's fine, but again, you're getting damage in return, which is not good. And again, like you're gonna be solo in mana.
Yeah.
Yep, and you're dead. Okay, let's see. Let's see this. Well, here, when he's like this, he has no choice but to R you. This is the only thing he can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just be patient and hold your E. You can R out if you think you're gonna die, right? But don't E. If you E him, he's just gonna R and you're gonna be instantly dead. But if you just wait
Mm-hmm.
for him to R, is so do you know how the ZR works?
He comes out behind you,
Yep,
right?
exactly. He's gonna be here, right? And if you dash
Mm-hmm.
like this, he's gonna be here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So always behind you. That's great. So now that you know how it works, and you already knew, right? You need to you need to apply the knowledge and use it against him. So wait for his R, and as soon as he R, you E him, and then R out,
Mm.
right? You E's an assassin, so you're pretty happy trading R for R because he's useless without his R. I mean, you're kind of useless as well, but you're happy to scale, while Zed is
Mm.
not as happy to scale as you, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you're surviving this lane, you're gonna be so much more useful in teamfight than he's gonna be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you survive, it's fine. So yeah, avoid this. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that you
Okay.
need to be looking for Zed, right? Because like at this point, oh, and also you need to R when he gets onto you. So see, like you are so early that he's gonna spawn here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like right now he can put an auto and an E. Guess he doesn't have E, but he's gonna put auto, and even if the Q doesn't touch, you're dead.
Yeah.
But he did touch. That's unfortunate. The last dash I would do like dash forward and try to Q to get at least 1 or 2 CS.
Mm.
Right. Alright. Well, you have the catalyst now, so you're gonna survive way more than you were right now. Okay, so how do you win this game? If I press tab, what do you think your win condition is?
If you what?
What is your win condition?
What do you mean by that? Like
How do you win the game?
that? Probably safe farm. I don't know
Okay,
at this point,
well,
or roam up to other lanes.
yeah, that's a pretty good answer. So, first of all, he is stronger than you, which means that you
Yeah.
don't want to interact with him.
Mm.
How do you make so you don't interact with him?
I could shove the wave and just roam to bot or top.
Yep, that's a very good answer. So, what you could be trying to do is you're gonna queue the wave one time, like the entire wave, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then try to survive by avoiding anything to him. And then as soon as your Q comes
Mm-hmm.
back, you just go in again and Q a second time. You grab all the CS and be careful not to lose
Mm-hmm.
farm, right? And then
Yeah.
you're trying to roam either to top or to bot. But you need to realistically, if you
Mm-hmm.
look at the game states, bot lane is
Mm-hmm.
very very weak, which means
Yeah.
that realistically you're only gonna work towards the top side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't E. I would E only defensively, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like right now, you're interacting with him way too much, which means like as soon
Yeah.
as you see an opportunity, he's just gonna R you and you're gonna die.
Yeah. That's how he mostly just killed me.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you're using way too many bad abilities. By bad, I mean like a Q that only touches one CS is really not as valuable as a Q that touches six, right?
Mm.
So you want to look for those high value Qs that go through every minion. You're too focused on him, while your goal is just to get the wave and get out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like here, what you could try to be doing is Q the entire wave, right? If he goes on you,
Mm-hmm.
you are out, and you trade R
Mm-hmm.
for R. If he doesn't go on
Mm-hmm.
you, and he doesn't use R, he doesn't have the damage. So as long as you hold the E, you're completely safe. Him can kill him in one combo. So
Mhm.
ideally, you want to keep your W to try to dodge the WQE, right? WEQ
Mhm.
of Z.
Yeah.
So what you could do is just like go in, out, like constantly be in range of his thing, but at the last tip of the range, right? And he's gonna get impatient and try to touch you with it, right? But
Mhm.
ideally, you want to try to dodge the W, so you want to have like at least half of your focus focused on him using his W on you and you dodging it, right?
Mhm.
And then you try to shove the wave, and then you use your TP. He has ignite, which means that you're in pretty good spot because he has his half his health, right?
Yeah.
But as long as you stay in this lane, you're gonna die at some point. Yep. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're gonna die in this wave.
Yeah. I think so.
But yeah, like he just has to use like just R, and even if he doesn't touch the, yep. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, so that's a pretty good start, right?
I
But then
don't
you
know why.
dash on him, right?
Yeah.
No, but okay. So here's what I'm seeing right now that you're doing. You're, I think you're ashamed of what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I think I was trying to get the Q of my ball to do true damage on him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's, I mean I don't think that's stupid, right? I mean what I've been feeling so far is that you're very judgmental with the way you're playing, right?
Mm.
And like you're trying to put yourself down on how bad you are. But I don't think that's the case, right? If you look at realistically, you're not playing that bad. Like you just miss a few concepts, right?
Mhm.
I mean, like again, like you used your E. If you didn't use your E, you would have been probably fine the way he's playing. But like he's
Mhm.
not playing that well. He's just like he's capitalizing on your the few mistakes that you're doing, right? But
Mhm.
look at this. Like the R was pretty well timed, right?
Mhm.
You dodged his shuriken. You thought about him predicting that he was going to back to his W. Like I don't his R. I don't think you played bad at all. Like you're just like not
Mhm.
playing it correctly. So I need you to be less judgmental about yourself and trying to focus on how to learn, right?
Mhm.
All right. All right. Pretty good. All right. So what do you want to be doing right now?
That's a question. I was trying to shove the wave so he wouldn't get farm.
Yep, that's great. That's great. And then when you shove the wave, what do you do?
Roam
You roam.
or
Okay.
reset.
Okay, so you want to roam or reset. Okay, so where can you roam?
Um. So most likely top since bot is feeding.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good answer. The only thing is, on this wave, you can't because Warwick is at base.
Yeah.
Okay? So, realistically, you can try to look for something top, but there is nothing that's gonna happen because he's not here, right?
Yeah.
Z is dead, so you basically have everything you want to do for the next 25 seconds because you know it needs to run back to base. Even more, like
Mhm.
30 seconds. The next 30 seconds is basically you doing whatever you want. So what I would look to do in your situation is just I don't have any ward, so there is no point warding. I don't
Yeah.
have a top lane teammate because he's in base. If I look bot, I don't see anything to do, and they are in a very rough spot, which means like there is basically nothing I can do. So the only thing that is left is just hitting the tower, right?
Mhm.
So just push, and that's a cannon wave as well, which means that the tower is like if you stay, you're probably gonna get two plates.
Yeah.
So what I would be looking to do is just shove the wave and then crush it. Try to get
Mhm.
a plate or two. Just like have a very clear understanding that I'm probably gonna get ganked, right? I have like so
Mhm.
many angles I can get ganked on, right?
Mhm.
So I would be very very careful about being ganked. But realistically, you're pretty safe. Like Catalyst is very strong. You're not really in fear of dying. That's pretty good. Probably gonna get the second. Yeah, this Q was pretty good, but I would still hit the tower. See, like if you
Uh,
did continue to hit the tower, you would have gotten it. But you can't
mhm.
anymore. Like after you push this wave, you can't because Z is gonna come back, and this
Yeah.
plate you won't be able to get it. Right? Okay, now what do? You have the prio, insane prio. You can do whatever you want on the map. What do you want to do?
Well, then I could reset or again go top since Svarvik is also there.
Okay, do you have anything to
And
buy
if
in base?
uh am I not able to upgrade that item already?
Yep,
Rod?
you have
Yeah.
enough to buy the Rod of Ages, but I don't think it's not necessary. Like Rod of Ages is basically not giving that much more value than Catalyst. Like Catalyst is basically all you need, right? So I wouldn't be that in a hurry of getting the Rod of Ages
Mm-hmm.
upgrade. You're full
Mm-hmm.
health, half mana. Okay, you're not in a bad spot. So what I would do
Mm-hmm.
is either do I have a ward? I don't. Well, I can't ward anymore. But I would go to try to do something topside. So I would go like at least here, see if there is something to do. But I would look at my CS,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like the CS are not spawned yet. So the CS are gonna
Yeah.
walk through here and like this. At the point where here, like the roam timer is over, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's half the space they need to walk, right?
Yeah.
So you want to have the time to walk in and walk back in. So you want to
Mm-hmm.
be like, for example, if the CS were here at this point, you would only have the time to walk here and then you would need to go back. But
Mm-hmm.
since the CS are not are here, they need to walk all this space, so you can walk all this space, right? Same
Mm-hmm.
length. So you can go
Yeah.
here, look if there is something to go top. Realistically, probably nothing is gonna happen top, but you never know,
Yeah.
right? Maybe he's gonna hard engage for some reasons, and then that's gonna be a free kill. So you never know. Just try it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what are you gonna do? You want to recall? Well, I don't think that's necessary, right? But sure, you have your item. Okay, so I noticed like a lot of times that you don't have an idea of how to CS a wave. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have a structured way of trying to get all the CS without missing anyone. Okay? So you're level 10, which means that your Q is one-shotting the backline. As soon
Yeah.
as you're level as soon as you're level 9, which means that you're one shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
One Q. When you're level 7, it means that it's one auto attack, right?
Yeah.
Plus one Q
Yeah.
for the backline. So what I would look to do is go here and Q the entire wave, which
Mm-hmm.
is gonna kill those three, and then keep my W if needed to help last hit this, and then by the time that this CS gets low, I would auto attack the others, so it gets one shots by my next Q, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
I would Q again, and then I would last hit the cannon with W. With this, I don't need to last hit a single CS. I use everything with my abilities, which means that I'm very less likely to miss a CS, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to have a mental idea of how you want to CS the wave, or else you're gonna miss some CS. So let's see how you're doing it, right? You start by W, which puts this CS low, but now you don't have W to last hit it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're relying on you having the auto attack, which is less likely. Okay, and then here you're forced to use an auto because you would have used W for the last one. So this one is kind of forced having an auto attack, so that's fine, right? So you put the auto, right? Which you do, great job. And now I would last it this yes, so I have my W ready for the cannon, right? You miss it, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's fine. Like you need practice, and I do as well miss quite a lot of CS just
Yeah.
with my autos. Like I'm like fairly advanced, like I'm master 400 LP and whatever, and I do miss CS like you do, right? So
Yeah.
don't beat yourself up by losing CS. Like that's fine. You just need practice with it. So be
Mm-hmm.
open with making mistake. This is very important. Okay, so here I very like that you use your W and then do a little step backwards in case he wants to go in. So that's very good,
Mhm.
right? And then you want to Q, W, put one little fairy to proc electrocute, and then back off. If you do more than this, you're
Mhm.
gonna be traded on. Yep. See, like you did more than this, and oh, you had your abilities in CD.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, let's see why did you have your abilities on CD?
Because I
Yep,
used
see?
that
Yep, you use your
one.
Q on the cannon. You really want to try to use your W, because like your W, if you look at it, it has 7 seconds. I
Mm,
mean, I guess the W has less, but it's still better to keep your Q for the enemy, because it's like way
mhm,
more damage, right? Right? You get traded on, you want to fight this? I mean, I don't mind, but you need to keep, like, you can't. Okay, let's see. So I don't mind you trying to fight this, right?
mhm,
This R was fine because it was dodging these shurikens, right?
mhm,
That's very good. Good R. But at this point, you have 2 charges left. So let's count. You need 1 charge to dodge the fourth R, right? And you need 1 charge to dodge the next shuriken, right?
mhm,
Which means that you can't use any charge to be aggressive anymore. You already used 1 charge, so you're stuck
mhm,
with those charges to survive. If you don't, you're gonna lose the trade, right?
mhm.
And you Ring in
Yeah.
means that first of all, he's free to R because you're gonna have your R in CD by the time he finishes, so it's gonna have like a free E, right?
Mhm,
And this is gonna slow you, so you're gonna R out and you're gonna be slowed, and then there's gonna be a free Q, right?
mhm.
Like, see,
Oh,
if you dodged this,
yeah.
it would be like very different. You would have been here,
Mhm,
right? Well, you get his R, but at this point you just need to get out. Okay, let's see.
mhm,
Realistically, you would be in a better spot than this, and you would have not been one-shotted by him. But like right now, since you're very very low, you need to spam ping your support to help you crush the wave. Realistically, that's the only option that you have. So you need like to
mhm,
spam help, 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 right?
mhm,
And this guy is probably gonna help you. What he needs to do is just like put pressure so he cannot walk forward. And
mhm,
what you can do is just like cue the backline, so that's perfect. But like right now, you need to use your W and get out. Like this guy
mhm,
is getting out. You get this CS, give those two, because realistically you can't get them anymore, and just get out. I would even use
mhm,
E, right? I would use E and back off.
mhm. Okay.
Because like see, like you walked forward, back forward, and like that, then like you're not considering the fact that he's looking to kill you. So
Mhm.
either you didn't know that he was trying to kill you, and then
No, I
well
saw
now you
Darrell
now you do.
camping.
Yeah.
I thought she's gonna go in.
Okay, okay, okay. But then, like, you need to be very careful about what your teammates are doing, right? Like, I
Yeah.
agree that you thinking that she's here, your brain is gonna just say, "Oh, I don't need to look at her because I know she's here," right?
Mm,
But realistically, like, she can not be like she can go away for no reason because you don't know your teammate is so unpredictable, right? So you
mhm,
need to have a constant reminder of wait, what is she doing? Is she staying? Is she helping me? Is she not giving a fuck? I don't know,
mhm.
right? So be careful about what your teammates are doing. Okay, oh, you're gonna get an assist, so that's great. Well, that's fine. Like you got two for two, probably a big chunk of the mid tower, even maybe the mid tower. So at this point, you're in a very very good spot. Like you got the mid tower,
Mhm,
which is very important. You're starting to be very tanky, so Z is going to be less and less an issue. That's great.
mhm.
Alright, so now what do you want to do on the map?
I went for the blue buff,
You went for the blue buff. Okay. And
but
then,
then I
and then
think I
what do you do?
got lost on what to do since mid is taken by bot. I think I went bot. to like swap the lanes.
Okay, so I think you're gonna go top just because Warwick is recalling. So
Mm,
this was not a move I would do. Like I would do bot lane instantly, right? Even if I lose the blue,
mm,
that's fine. I don't need it.
mm.
The reason why you feel like you need it is because you use your ability and your mana too freely,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But realistically, like Catalyst, I mean, Rod of Ages gives quite a lot of mana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you use like 2Q max on the wave to kill a wave, you're not gonna run out of mana quickly. And you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
run out of health way before you run out of mana, right? But like right now, you've been lucky because he's recalling, so you can just go top,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
Right? So you're going mid. So why are you going mid?
Because I saw Twitch and the enemies.
Yep. I mean, you don't have a CS, a wave to farm, so I'm fine with this. Sure. You're realistically not gonna kill anyone because
Yeah,
like they're so far. Even if Twitch is
yeah.
committing so much, like there is no way he kills them. But you need to be aware that you being mid means that this wave is not farmed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just know it. If you're okay with this trade, then fine.
Yeah, I think I got lost in the match. What I should do? Like,
Yep, that's fine.
got confused.
That's fine. We're gonna look at it. Don't worry. All right. So just a thing on Onion. Do you know how his R work?
Um, mm,
Where is he gonna be
like
after his R?
I think next to Twitch, like behind him. No,
Yep, he's
or
gonna
does he
be.
like fully? Oh,
He's
yeah.
gonna be.
Okay.
No, he's gonna be like here, right? I mean,
Oh, so
like.
he fully goes. Oh, okay.
Uh, no, no, no. He's gonna be here. My bad. I got confused. He's gonna be here, right? So that's
Okay.
a free E if you E like
Mm,
this, right?
mm-hmm.
But instead you E like
Yeah.
in the middle of his R,
Mm-hmm.
which is unfortunate. It was a very free E, right? But that's fine. Like it was a free kill, but you missed it, but that's fine. And then you return top. Oh no, you need to go top though. Okay, so here's your issue. Oh no, the thing is bugged. 1533. I need to see the gold and stuff. I said 1433. Is that it? I think it was it.
Yeah.
1433.
Where the Herald died.
It wasn't it.
The Herald. Where did the Herald die?
Where is the herald on the thing? Well, uh, the herald is still up. The herald died. Okay,
Okay, there we
here we
go.
are. Okay, so if we look at it, you have 3000 gold. What you did back when you did on the map is just you got off the base, you grabbed blue, went mid, tried something, went here and recalled. So you didn't touch a single CS on this sequence.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty concerning. Second of all, you want to be basing at full HP, full mana, and no golden base. So why are you recalling right now? Like, what's the point?
My teammates were spamming me to go bot. That's why.
Oh,
I think I don't know. I think I got pressured into going bot and I saw Zed pushing there, so I just went to defend.
okay. That's fair. That's a fair point, right? Well, yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, sure. Unfortunate that the Twitch recalled as well, right?
Yeah.
But that's a fair point. Now you want to be pressuring bots, or you're recalling again. Where are you going this time?
I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, because Varvik came in, so
Okay, so if Warwick comes in, I would just like fall back to mid, try to do something because there is nothing to do on top yet, and then
mm-hmm.
try to do something here. And as soon as I tried and nothing worked, I would just like go here, right?
Mm.
By walking. Like
Okay.
again, there is no point for you to recall. And also like you have like
Mhm.
500 gold and getting out of base without a pink ward, which is unfortunate. Okay, now you're trying to fight 2v 1v2, which is not gonna go well.
Yeah, it didn't go. Oh.
I mean, you traded 1 for 1, so it went better than I thought it would. Let's see, like you lost a tower. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
CS to catch. Yeah, I mean, this is like 17 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And you're at 95 CS. Usually, you want to be at around like 1400 or 1500
Oh.
on a game where you had like you struggled, right? On a very good game,
Mm.
you want to be at like 1800.
Mm-hmm.
So that's ideal, right? That's what you want to aim
Mm-hmm.
for.
Yeah.
On this game,
Okay.
realistically, you had like so much trouble that like 1300 would be like pretty good already.
Mm-hmm.
And this 1300 was not like impossible to get, right? If after the brew you went top and then pushed all the way, that would be like 20 CS, and then you
Mm-hmm.
recalled and caught the wave and pushed 2 waves, that would be like 15 CS, and you would be at the 1300 CS that you need, right?
Mm.
So realistically, you were not that far. It's just like you went on the wrong lane, and like all the farm went to Twitch, it went to Warwick, and at this point, like you're very very far behind.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're so weak that you're basically a charm bot, right?
Yeah.
And also you need to max E, not W. Like W has been nerfed. I think now the max E is way better.
Wasn't in also nerfed?
Yeah, but you don't care because you want the max duration,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Right. So you get farm in mid, but that's not ideal. But that's fine. Like no one is here, so that's fine. Or you need to be careful about your wards, but it's fine. Like for now, just focus on other things because
Mm-hmm.
warding is not necessary for now. We'll take a look at the late game. Okay, you get a kill. That's great. Yeah, now you need to get out. All right. I would definitely use my last charges before they expire just to get mobility and be back on mid faster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you are very consistently using your W to start the wave, right? Your
Yeah.
W is a tool to last it. Like if you read the tooltip, it says minions below 20% takes 200 damage. 200% damage,
Oh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's very good to last it,
Okay.
right? Usually you want to get the three CS. So if you go a bit back, they're gonna group, and at this point you can Q
Mm.
to get all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we don't need to watch more because if we watch more, there's gonna be too much information. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
are you okay with this?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I'm gonna do a bit of a summary. First of all, you want to be a bit more aggressive in early games, right? Against
Mm-hmm.
assassin, you want to be aggressive the three first levels.
Mm-hmm.
The best question that you could ask me right now is why, right? Why the three first levels? Well, if you look at Z, what does Z know? What does it do?
Okay, the
Usually,
skill means.
okay, level 1, it just queues, and you're not really afraid of this. Level 2, EQW. That hurts quite a lot, but it
Yeah.
doesn't proc the electrocute. So it's not that strong yet, because you're gonna proc the electrocute on the trade, and you're gonna win the trade, right?
Mm.
But as soon as he's level 3, he WE and then double Q, right?
Mm.
And that procs electrocute and put like half your health. So
Mm-hmm.
realistically, at level 3 you're very scared, but before those 3 levels you're very stronger than him. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're very aggressive on those three first levels, I mean not aggressive blindly, right? But if you're like trying
Yeah.
to punish the CS and try to proc your electrocute consistently,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be in a very good spot. So usually what you want to do is you crush the two first waves and then let the wave meet in the middle and then crush the two next waves, and then you'd have like a two wave crash and a two wave crash, and then it's like the fifth wave, and the fifth wave you want to like let it bounce and freeze.
Mm-hmm.
That's ideal, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what you want to be doing against assassins. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's very different if you're playing against a ranged champion. Because a ranged champion is not weak on the first three levels. He's strong as you are like at the beginning, right?
Which champion?
I mean, any mage basically. Like any mage
Oh,
is pretty strong already at the beginning.
yeah.
And there are also champions that are very, very, very strong at the in the first level, which is like Yasuo, for example, right? Yasuo is so insanely strong level one, so you can't do anything against him, and you're forced to get to let the wave push to you for the first wave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Second thing, you need to be careful about how you farm. So you want to be farming methodically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to focus on farming methodically. Farming methodically, right? And third of all, and the most important thing, you want to have a goal or a reason behind what you're doing,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
behind actions. So you don't want to be placing a ward because why not, and using W because it's up, right?
Yeah.
You want to use W because you want to last hit a CS, or because you want to dodge an ability, or you want to push the wave, right?
Mm-hmm.
A reason. So if you fix those three things, but especially the third one, it's gonna be like very, very good for your learning experience. Because if you have a goal behind what you're doing and the goal is wrong, that's fine. Because then you just have to correct the goal, and your gameplay is gonna follow and you're gonna do good things. But if you're doing things without reason, then you can't do good
Mm-hmm.
things because there is no reason for you to do things, right?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. Like if you're using your ability with reasons, your farming method is gonna be better because you're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
reasons why you're using abilities. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're aggressive the three first levels, I mean, there is a reason for it. That's why you're gonna do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the most important thing, right? So that's important. Then this is the second most important thing, and then this is like a Z specific thing. So that's like less valuable, but still valuable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any question?
No, I don't think so.
How do you feel?
Mm, I guess the same, but I'm currently not banning Zed, so I'll try out these tips. I'm mostly banning Victor in
Mm-hmm.
my games.
Yeah, I
Or
think Victor
Malzahar.
makes sense. Victor is very hard. But my
Yeah,
question was
Malzahar
more,
as well.
how do you feel like emotionally? Like, do you think this is like impossible to do?
No, no, it's
Okay.
possible.
Like, do you think like you're the worst mid laner that the Earth ever had?
Mm, no, but I'm not very confident that
Yeah,
I
I
feel
mean,
like most games I'm getting carried while my KDA is like really good, but I felt like I'm just being carried.
well, you need to be careful about this, because are you comfortable if I mean, I kind of did already, so this is too late. If you want, I can like hide this if you prefer.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's alright.
I'll hide it if you want.
Whatever already.
Okay, okay. So look at it. You're playing. Okay, I'm gonna remove this. So you're playing Ahri, Ash, Nami. So what are those? What is the common theme on those champions? I mean, I guess this was an arena, so it doesn't count. Wait, I guess you're playing like, I mean, no, you're playing those champions anyway, right? So what is the common factor on all those champions?
The stuns?
Yeah, you're very right. They are CC champions, which means that they are facilitators. On other words, they are supports.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're saying to me is, I'm getting carried. What I'm hearing is, I don't know what's the strength of my champions because my champion is supposed to be carried, right?
Mm.
Because like basically what Ahri is you E someone and someone else gonna kill him. But
Mm.
realistically, you did the E, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, don't tell me that you got carried here, because that's wrong, right? Look at this. Like you're the most person present on every kill. Like you have 70% kill participation. You have decent farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were everywhere in this game. So you saying that you were carried is just false, right? Let's take this game for example. 14 and 4, right? I mean the jungler did very well as well, but it
Yeah, he
doesn't
did help
say
out a lot.
that you did nothing, right?
Mm.
So that's just wrong, right? Like there are games that you're gonna win and you shouldn't have, but 15-2, that's not a carried KDA, right? I don't even look at the game. It's obvious that you're. What do you mean you got carried?
I don't know. I just felt like it.
No, but like, see, that's what I mean, and like that's the recurring theme I saw today, is that you're
Mm.
so critical of you that you're not seeing what you're doing good. So
Mm-hmm.
don't get me wrong, being critical of yourself is good because it's like you're looking at your mistakes and that
Mm-hmm.
like oh I died here, great, like you can look at why you died, but
Mm-hmm.
this is an issue if you say I died here, I'm dog shit, right?
Mm.
There is a difference between oh why did I die, how can I avoid this, and I suck.
Mm-hmm.
This is like
Okay.
two different things. So if you want to get better, you need to be aware that you're doing something bad, but you also need to be aware that you doing something bad is an opportunity for you to do something good later. And you're not challenger, I'm not challenger. We are
Yeah.
both be doing insane mistakes, and even challenger are doing mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So you can't expect you not to do mistakes, because like if you're expecting yourself not to do any mistake, I mean, I guess you can just stop the game because that's never gonna happen, right?
Yeah. I know. It just psychology.
No, but yeah, I know, and one of the reason why I want to bring on this subject is because I'm pretty similar to you, right? Whenever I do
Mm.
something bad, I'm like I'm fucking dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it's more detrimental than it's beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be careful about this. So if I had to bring a fourth point, right? You had one, two, three. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. The fourth point would be less judgmental.
Mm.
Judgment. I don't know what to write it.
That's okay.
Right? If you have less judgment and do all those four to three things also, like you're gonna do well. Really, like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like what I saw right now was not bad at all. Like there were a few things that were off, but realistically,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't as bad as you think it is.
Mm-hmm. All right
So,
then.
so
Thank you.
I'm not saying that it's not like it's incorrect for you to feel not confident. I'm just saying that you
Mm-hmm.
can try to work on getting a better confidence because that's
Mm-hmm.
how the learning process goes. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. I will try.
Yeah, sure. I mean, just try to implement this, and you're probably not gonna succeed because that's usually not how it goes, right? You're gonna try
Yeah.
to do things, and you're gonna lose the next 20 games.
Yeah.
And that's where the you need to be not as as judgmental and try to look at the learning goes in,
Mm-hmm.
because learning things, the first step of learning something is to fail at it.
Mm-hmm.
If I tell
Yeah.
you be aggressive, the first thing that is going to happen next game is I'm going to be aggressive and die level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, do you want me to look? Do you want, like, I can literally show you the first replay I sent to a coach, and I can tell you it was abysmal, right?
Mm.
But that's how you learn. So
Okay.
don't beat yourself up too much. You're
I
gonna,
will
you're,
try.
yeah, yeah, and that's fine. And next time that you feel like very bad, just shoot me a message, okay?
All right.
All right. Good luck on your journey,
Thank
and
you.
try to have fun.
You too, Anna.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye
for
bye.
the plans. Bye bye.